Hey everybody, Jack Grief here, TalkNorwichCity. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing brilliantly. It's the January transfer window, as you all very well know. And it's been relatively quiet, not too much happening, which in Norwich City's case is probably a good thing. We've still got Buendia, still got Cantwell, still got Aarons, still got Pukki. Keep them four and Tim Krul, and I think we're on to a good thing this season. But it's starting to heat up a little bit. I don't think there's going to be too many more outgoings, if any, but there could be a few incomings. And the last few days, the name of Dimitris Giannoulis has become a name fairly well known to Norwich City fans. This is a left back, a Greek left back coming in from PAOK, and it looks very likely that this is going to happen. Now, Norwich City's left back situation has been well talked about this season. We brought in Javi Quintilla. He started the season relatively okay. I think a lot of people were impressed with his crossing and his ability to get forward. Defensively, there was a little bit to be desired. He then got injured. Jakob Sorensen came in, who isn't a left back because we didn't have another left back. Sam McCallum's out on loan. He won't be returning in January, and Sam Byram is injured. Sadly for Sam Byram, that's he's injured more often than he's fit. So you can kind of write them two players off. So unless Javi Quintilla's fit, it's Jakob Sorensen at left back. He's a central defensive midfielder. He's done well on the whole. There's been a few defensive lapses. He's not a left back. It's understood. So if there's one area of the pitch that Norwich City will be looking to strengthen in January, it's probably the goalkeeper situation because of Tim Krul's situation, injuries, COVID scare thrown in there, and the fact that McGovern's now injured. You've got Dan Barden, a 19-year-old lad who has impressed in his few appearances, but you don't want to be relying on a 19-year-old. And of course, the left-back situation that we'll be talking about today. Now, this looks a really exciting one. Dimitris Giannoulis, as I say, coming in from PAOK. The deal looks set to be done. An initial €500,000 loan deal until the end of this season, with a obligation to buy should we get promoted to the Premier League at the end of this season. Now, that fee would be around the €7 million mark. Significant sum of money for Norwich City, more than we've spent in the last few seasons. Who is he? He's 25 years old, 5'10", parent club is PAOK. He's been there since 2014, but he's had a numerous amount of loan deals since then. And he looks a player of real pedigree. He's played European football in the Europa League, albeit qualifiers, but still at a decent level. And he's played 11 times for his country now. I think he was sent off on his debut against Saudi Arabia, but still, any player that's playing for their country, you have to sit up and take note. The interesting thing I found reading through his Wikipedia and watching a few of his videos, the club actually turned down a €2.5 million bid in 2018, before he'd really played much football, from Rennes in France. Now, they're a team also occupying the Champions League this season and playing European football on a regular basis. So if he was on the radar of a European football club back in 2018 at the age of 23, and they turned down a fairly sizable sum of money for him, that has to be a good thing. Now, I would be lying if I've said I'd heard of this man before a couple of days ago, but the reports coming from Greece seems positive, and the fact that there's been interest in this man before from clubs of a decent standard indicates that Norwich City want to do the right thing. Norwich City find themselves in a fascinating position, top of the championship table and in a really strong position. We could have quite easily accepted big sums of money for some of our players. Last summer we held on to them and we promised them that we would hopefully be back in the Premier League. We find ourselves in a really strong position. You look at the chasing pack, Bournemouth, Watford, Swansea. I still don't think any of them can compete on a consistent level like Norwich City can. And we are really setting out a statement here. This is a big bit of business for Norwich City. In championship terms, it's a big bit of business. If we can bring in a left back and solidify that position, that's probably been the one weak spot this season. And maybe add a goalkeeper, maybe add a backup right back. I'm getting greedy now. The left back's the important one, and Dimitris Giannoulis looks to tick all the boxes. His data is really good. It backs everything up that we were looking for. Attacking wise, he looks good. I haven't been overly convinced with Javi Quintilla since he's come in. And I guess if we were to make this signing, it would be a statement of intent that, one, Javi Quintilla really needs to work if he wants to get back into the side because he'd have competition. Or two, we've given up on Javi Quintilla. Let's not forget he is a lone player. We've, cut our losses and gone, Dimitris is the man. Of course, this is a man who wants to be playing Premier League football as well. Chris spoke to a Greek journalist, and I think one of the quotes that came out was that he is dreaming of a Premier League move. Now, of course, immediately this wouldn't be a Premier League move, but with that obligation to buy, should we get promoted, it shows that there's a bit of a longer term plan here, and this is a longer term transfer thought, and we're trying to get back to the Premier League, and Norwich City will hope that Dimitris Giannoulis will be a left-back capable of playing Premier League football. Look, I'm looking a long way down the line, but the early signs here seem very promising. We're halfway through January. We haven't sold any of our best players. We haven't sold any players, I think, barring Carlton Morris, who wasn't here anyway. So things look good. If there's any Greek Norwich fans that follow me, I'm sure there's a couple, let me know what you think of Dimitris Giannoulis, or if you've just watched a few Powick games or just happened to have stumbled across this chat before the rest of us. Anyway, if you want to see more transfer videos, give this video a like. I'm more than happy to speak about Buendia, Cantwell, Aarons, whoever you would like. And also, we've got a watch along back tomorrow. We'll be live from 2:45 p.m. Subscribe to the Talk Norwich City YouTube channel and you won't miss out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.